What's good, everyone? I'm fighting with a lot of background noise at the moment, so I apologise. Try and bear with me. Stay focused if you can. This is going to be a simple reading on what's happening next. Um, just some guidance from Spirit. I don't think there's much of an introduction needed, so I'm not going to yap your ears off. Pole number one, pole number two, and pole number three. I'll start with pole number ones. Okay, pole number ones. What's happening next for you? I was trying not to laugh there, but it is what it is. That's how the reading was coming through. Probably a little bit explicit then than your usual. I'm just gonna. I was like, oi, oi. Okay, what do you see? What do you feel? Um, I was getting, not the first time in a reading, this is like kind of heavy Egyptian vibes. I feel like I could almost draw this character looking up. I'm not going to do it because I just think it's perfect the way it is. Um, but I guess the part two of this would be a slight bit of movement of the character looking up to the sky. At the moment, this character seems like they're looking forward. Um, I'm tempted to almost draw in little details of the body, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we got the power of this illustration, um, and it does hit. There's this feeling here of there's a sexual energy, like I can't I can't hide that clearly because there was me giggling like a little boy in the candy in the candy shop. My dudes watching this would be like, "Oh, hey, what we got here? Damn!" The feminine's probably like, "What's this guy doing?" But there was a sexual energy, and I don't know, like there's something always a little bit weird when these energies get a little bit sexual because it's like YouTube. And although I always say my readings are 18 plus, there's just something a little bit weird about videos being sexual on YouTube out of all places. So I'm not sure if that's my subconscious mind thinking, can you get banned for this kind of stuff? Probably. I don't know, but there's something quite weird about it. But, these are intuitive readings, so it is what it is. There's definitely an underpin here of sexual energy. Pile number ones, you may even be diving into like, I don't know what it's called, like sexual alchemy. I guess maybe it will be touching in the realms of like tantric sex, tantric exploration. I almost feel like there's something ritual about this as well. So I guess if you're masculines here as well, not to leave you out, you may just be touching into your feminine side, or you may even be talking about this might be a little glimpse into your partner. So we may be talking about your feminine counterpart here. But generally, if you relate to this energy as the masculine, or if you're feminine watching this is definitely to do with like exploration of your sexuality, some form of ritual going on here, or at least some form of prayer. This character is clearly naked as well, so we're talking about possibly surrender. We're talking about connection. This may even be connection to oneself, understanding one's own sexuality by themselves. I'm not quite sure what this character's hand is doing as well. It's like the hands are forward, so I'm not sure if they're praying up. I'm almost getting an energy like they're praying forward as well. So I'm not sure if you're seeing my hands in the camera, but this would be upwards, and I'm seeing them almost pointing forward. So that might mean something to you, pile number ones. There's an energy here of praying like forward. I'm not sure why. You might want to actually look into like like sacred hand symbols that's coming through for some reason. You know how we get symbols in terms of the graphic or language, like symbols. Spirit's giving me that there's different ways. I think that even might be like Indian. Like there's certain ways to put the hands, in certain ways, and that transmutes different types of energy. There's something like that coming through, which is interesting. I think it's the Indian culture which kind of nailed that. I don't know what it's called though. You might want to look into that. And if you know a lot about it, you can always comment in the comments below and help other people. Where I'm not sure of the certain words, you can always help out there. Pile number ones, if you appreciate these videos, that's one way that you can help. Just if I kind of don't have the right word, or you know what I'm talking about, but I have, the words on the edge of my tongue, you can help me out there. But I think there is something which I'm almost getting like looking in the library of hand positionings, and that's going to help you in this kind of ritual or sacred process that you're going through. So pile number one's like kind of one of those more kind of confirmation readings, really. This is going to be a reading which you're like, it's like one of those ones really where you completely resonate with it, or you don't, you know. So touch wood. I hope that you resonated with it and you got something from the video. If you did, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry, in the middle of a cough. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Okay, part number 2's. I'm going to leave that there, actually. I think that's dope. So we're touching definitely on the masculine energy there. I've drawn it in a weird position, so we're not completely centered, I'm afraid, but thought, isn't it? This person's thinking. I think we're playing on that stoic energy here. This is someone in thought. They're about to touch their chin on the hand. They're not quite there yet. It's almost like the idea has just come to them. It's that moment just before the chin touches the hand to rest on that thought. I can't remember what I called this video, like maybe what's happening next. There's clearly the thinker energy here. Person in thought. Could be problem solving, pile number 2's. You know, it gives me an energy. Part 2 is, this is kind of almost, I feel like these are rarer moments in my life, but there's been certain times in my life where maybe I've gone through a lot, and then after going through a lot, there's the doors opening. The door of abundance, the door of peace, the door of whatever it may be. And there's this little gap from like surviving this storm where one gets to actually contemplate and reflect and sit on things. This is the energy that this reminds me of. But it's like, it's a little bit the feeling of, and again, this is, the readings are always for all genders, but so this might not resonate with everyone. But it's almost a feeling of, you know, when you've had a long day of work and then you have that cold beer. You know, for my ladies out there, you might enjoy the cold beer just as much as I do, and I say shout out to you. But whatever your feeling of that is, it might be the glass of wine It may just be putting your feet up and watching a movie. Um, there's that kind of energy here, but it's almost like like the movie's maybe not the best analogy. It might be like kind of just going for the walk, or like if you've got a garden in your house or in your place, it may be just sitting on the bench. Or if you've got a balcony, you have that 5 minutes for like the smoke break, possibly. It's that type of energy too. I'm just going to have a smoke break. I don't smoke personally, but I assume that's the energy that they're touching into when people are smoking. And I guess I have smoked, so I understand it. But, sometimes life, even if it's a glimpse of just a smoke break, I'm feeling this is a longer break though. Like I said, it reminds me of when I've gone through some form of storm, and God just kind of gives you that period just to reflect on it and almost like alchemize, like give you space to alchemize what you've been through and how you're gonna alchemize that energy. Like God does that. God is that great that when the time is right, God kind of gives you these little spaces to not just recover, but like alchemize that energy. And I feel like that's what Spirit is giving you here. There's maybe, like I said, it might be a small pause for some of you, i.e. the quick smoke break, the glass of wine after a hard day's work. But I feel like for most of you, you've picked pile number 2. This is a longer one. This is like, you just bought your property, and you don't have to worry about, I don't know the analogy, but like, okay, let's play on what I see outside. We can use cars, right? Let's say, for example, um, you got sick of transport, public transport, and you finally just bought your car. It's the person who sits in the car and goes, "Oh, I finally got my car now." It's that. And, on a smaller scale, it might be having problems with your phone, and you finally got your new phone in your hand. It's like that is over now. That type of energy. Just seeing if there's anything else. Pile number 2. I think we kind of nailed everything, really. Just seeing like the cutest kid outside. It might be a message for you. Little toddler like walking. The parents have got him completely swagged out in his little outfit. Yeah, I think that's it, pile number 2s. If you enjoyed the video, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Pile number 3 is what's happening next. What we've got for you. Okay, different energy coming through from the other piles. interesting. It's funny because I'm almost seeing this. Try not to destroy it. I kind of got to do it. Because I'm kind of seeing this like all black. If you're completely in empathy for how much ink I'm about to use, pile number 3 is, you can always buy us some new pens and donate to the channel. If you're like, damn, I know that dude is burning through that ink because I draw too. I can show you some love. Yeah, just like have to draw this in black. This is how it's coming through. Now, this is the eye. What we're looking at is someone crying, basically. But, you know, it's not necessarily a bad vibration, actually, or even a sad vibration. What do you see? What do you feel? Pile number 3 is. We're definitely leaving this reading with a bang. You're definitely letting the energy be known. Pile number 3 is. It's like pile 3 is in the damn building. I'm actually just going to fill this bit in, but you remember the energy from it. There's almost a tear coming from the face. Ain't that beautiful? I'm not sure if you're seeing it. Yes. God damn, that's stunning. Just sit on that, I guess, pile number 3 is. What do you see? What do you feel? So for me, Yeah, I guess it's one of those readings again where there's not really much words for this one because it gives so much. At least I feel it gives so much just um, almost as art. This is almost touching in that realm. I could never have drawn this. That's the interesting thing that I don't think people realize. I couldn't have done this. Just just doodled this. Do you know what I mean? This came from this came from a different place. Um, if I was to maybe just draw something, it probably wouldn't even be. This isn't on the right topic of the thing that I would maybe just draw to doodle, if that makes sense. Um, it's way too much emotion, in fact, for me as well. I maybe wouldn't be so expressive in terms of a human, like so. I'm expressive in terms of architecture and space and how I feel about that, but in terms of human emotions, it's not really a subject that usually invokes me in that way. But obviously here it is. It's beautiful. Part number 3 is this gives me like I think it's almost that Mother Gaia energy again. I love the way that the character's black though. Um, and I mean that beyond race. I mean that in terms of, because we're talking about black here, we're talking about actual black, we're not talking about skin color black. There's something which is just very on point here. There's like so many analogies in this one reading, so many signs and signals, because it's almost like the feminine giving birth to a masculine, maybe two. Maybe you might have 2 children. But it's like the black giving birth to tears of white. It's like yin and yang energy. Like there's so much in this. It's even hard to grasp. It gives me the energy of like I said, that Mother Gaia type energy. Like I'm getting vibes of like the tears being the river, her tears being the waterfall, her tears being the lake. It's just got that energy to it for me. I'm feeling like this energy could almost be up in space. It's shown as a human scale, but to me, could almost be like the moon crying, for example. In terms of scale, this thing to me has like great scale. In fact, it almost reminds me a little bit of like is it the is it the eclipse? No, the wane of a moon, the waning of a moon. When you think about the word even waning, I could be pronouncing that wrong. It might not be called waning, but waning kind of does sound a little bit like crying, waning, because there's whining. Obviously, there's like the whining to dance, Datty Wine. Shout out to all my Caribbean people out there. God knows exactly what I mean. But there's like there's the whining and dancing, and there's the whining like the child is whining. I think it's called whining. But waning, it does give me to me it does kind of, I might be on my own here, pole number 3s, but it does, at least for me, give me like a slight sadness energy. And just to add as well, like I said, this reading isn't sad. Although she's crying, it's almost like releasing. Sometimes there's crying of mourning, and I guess like you could say that there's mourning energy here. I guess that's just invoking another word, morning, isn't it? Like morning and good morning. All these words feel like they're connecting. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like this reminds me of morning as well. This reading, it's like morning. There's mourning to grief, and then there's mourning like good morning. Do you know what I'm saying? It's got all that energy in it. But what I'm trying to say here is, it's like, okay, like there is a mourning here, but how to put it? It's like the energy somehow isn't like sad, and you'll know what I mean. Pile number three is if you've been on this channel for a while, because there has just been readings where, damn, like this person's sad, this person's down and out, this person is a Ten of Swords energy. This isn't Ten of Swords energy. This is much more to do with like this mourning is, you know, I think what's maybe interesting about this reading and why I'm finding it so hard to explain is because this reading would be the example of death and life in the same image. So yes, the if you like, the mother, the feminine, is crying, but in doing so she's giving birth, like literally. There is life being born, you know. This isn't just that with a knife through the heart, you know. There's a polarity going on here. So pile number three is, I don't know how this kind of fits into your life right now. It might have just been one of those readings where you sit on it and, you know, you have a little cry, or you just sit on the energy. I always do advise, when one of these readings hit you hard, just screenshot it and sit on it. It might just be a pause reading where you pause on it, and somehow this image is capturing how you feel, and that's all it needs to do. The words aren't necessarily coming out of my mouth. You just need to sit on it and understand yourself through understanding this image. Release that and get on with your day. So thanks, Ed. You know, job done. You know, and get on with your day. But for some of you, I feel like, you know, the story here is possibly in the birth of, like I said, I started this with maybe 2 children. You might even have twins or something like that. You might be going through a mourning, but like it's definitely underpinned with that energy of like something being birthed too. So yeah, I might actually try and keep this drawing. I do always say that and I end up getting rid of them, but this one was a hella powerful one. I hope you got something from it. Pile number 3s. If you did, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.